Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Go English. I'm Mizu, and here we learn English in a simple, practical way that you can actually use in real life every single day.
Hey, learners all around the world, welcome back. I'm Lucas, and we're really happy you're here studying with us again today.
Lucas, can I ask you something? When you first heard the name past perfect, did you feel just a little bit nervous?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I remember thinking, wait, past was already hard. Now there's a perfect past, too?
Exactly. Maybe some of you felt the same way, like, why are there so many tenses in English?
So let's check in with everyone for a second. Are you studying English a little bit every day these days, or only when you suddenly feel motivated on a random Tuesday?
And be honest, have you heard the structure had plus V3 before and thought, okay, but when do I actually use this?
That confusion is completely normal. Every learner reaches this point and thinks, I understand the rule, but I don't feel confident yet.
That's why today is important. We're not going to make this complicated. We're going to break it down slowly, clearly, step by step, so it actually makes sense.
And by the end of this lesson, you won't be afraid of the past perfect anymore. In fact, you might even like it a little.
Now, before we jump in, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, share this video with your friends who want to improve their English, and subscribe to Go English if you haven't already.
Every time you do that, you help us create more lessons like this, and you also help more learners join us and practice English together.
Yes, every click really makes a difference. So let's get ready to make the past perfect super easy, fun, and natural. All right, are you ready? Let's get started.
All right, Mizu. Let's start with the big question. When do we actually use the past perfect?
Great question. We use the past perfect when we're talking about two actions in the past, and one action happened before the other one. That's it. Simple.
So you're saying both actions are in the past, but one is earlier? Like past before past?
Exactly. I like to call it the earlier past. One thing happened first, then something else happened later.
Okay, let's make that really clear. What's the structure?
Super easy. It's had plus past participle, which is V3. So, had finished, had gone, had eaten, had left. Always had, no changes.
So it's always had, not has, not have?
Right. Always had because we're already in the past. No stress about the subject. I had, you had, they had, everybody had.
Nice. Okay, give us a real example.
Sure, listen to this. I had finished dinner before she arrived.
So which happened first, finishing dinner or her arrival?
Finishing dinner happened first. That's why we say had finished. Then later she arrived.
Ah, okay. So the action with had is the earlier one.
Exactly. Let's try another one. They had left when we got there.
Oh, that one feels dramatic. So we arrived and they were already gone?
Yes, they left first. Then we arrived. Too late.
Let me try one. I got to the movie theater, but the movie had started.
Perfect example. The movie started first. You arrived later and probably missed the first 5 minutes.
Which is the worst feeling, by the way.
Exactly. And see, that's why we need the past perfect. It makes the order clear. No confusion.
So let's repeat the key idea. Two actions in the past. One happened first.
And here's the final question for everyone watching. So, which action happened first?
The action with had plus V3. That's your answer every time.
If you can answer that question, you already understand the past perfect. And we're just getting started. Okay, Lucas, here's an honest question. If we already have the past simple, why can't we just use that for everything? Why do we even need the past perfect?
That's a really good question. And honestly, sometimes the past simple is enough. But sometimes it's not clear which action happened first.
Can you give us an example where it's confusing?
Sure, listen to this sentence. When I arrived, she left.
So did she leave after you arrived or right before? It's not totally clear, right?
Exactly, the order feels blurry. Now listen to this. When I arrived, she had left.
Oh, now it's clear. She left first, then you arrived. Too late again.
Yes, that's why we need the past perfect. It shows the order clearly, no guessing.
So one big reason is it helps us show which action happened first, very clearly.
And another reason? It helps us avoid confusion, especially in stories.
Oh yes, storytelling. Give us a dramatic example.
All right, imagine this. I was nervous because I lost my phone.
That sounds okay, but it doesn't feel very smooth.
Now listen to this. I was nervous because I had lost my phone.
Ah, that sounds more natural. First you lost the phone, then you felt nervous. The order makes sense.
Exactly. The past perfect makes stories flow better. It shows cause and effect more clearly.
Let me try one. I didn't want to watch the movie because I had seen it before.
Nice. You saw it first. Later, someone invited you, so you said no.
Right. Without the past perfect, the timing feels weaker. With it, everything is organized.
So let's summarize in a simple way. Why do we need the past perfect?
Number 1, to show order clearly.
Number 2, to avoid confusion.
And number 3, to tell stories in a clearer, more natural way.
See? It's not a scary tense. It's actually a very helpful one.
Exactly. The past perfect isn't here to make English harder. It's here to make your meaning clearer. And that's powerful.
All right, Mizu, we understand the rule. But where do we actually use the past perfect in real life?
One very common place? Stories. Anytime you're telling a story about the past, this tense becomes super useful.
Oh, yes. Especially when something went wrong. Past perfect loves a little drama.
Exactly. Listen to this sentence. When I arrived at the party, everyone had gone home.
Ouch. That's painful already. So let's break it down. Which happened first?
Everyone went home first. That's why we say had gone. Then you arrived later. Too late. Party finished. Lights off.
That sentence tells a whole story in just one line. You can imagine everything.
Yes. And without past perfect, it wouldn't be so clear. If you say, when I arrived at the party, everyone went home, it sounds like they left because you arrived. Totally different meaning.
Exactly. That's awkward.
Let's try another story example. I was excited to see the concert, but the band had already started playing.
So the band started first. Then you found your seat. Probably missed your favorite song.
Yes. See how natural that feels? The earlier action uses had plus V3.
Let me try one. I brought my laptop to class, but I had forgotten the charger.
Oh no, that's the worst. So you forgot the charger first, then you realized it later in class.
Exactly. The past perfect helps show that little moment of realization.
That's why it's so common in storytelling. It helps explain background information. What happened before this moment?
So when you're telling a story, ask yourself, did something happen before this main event?
If yes, that's your signal. Use the past perfect for the earlier action.
And suddenly, your story sounds clearer, smoother, more natural.
See? This tense isn't just grammar, it's storytelling power.
Okay, Mizu, we talked about stories. What about those painful real-life moments when you suddenly realize something went wrong?
Oh yes, the oh no moment. That's another very common situation for the past perfect.
Give us an example.
Listen carefully. I realized I had forgotten my wallet.
Ouch. I can feel that sentence. So let's break it down. Which happened first?
Forgetting the wallet happened first. Then, later, you realized it. Maybe at the store, maybe at the restaurant. Worst timing.
Exactly. The forgetting came first. That's why we use had forgotten. The realization came second. That's just past simple, realized.
Here's another one. When I opened my bag, I saw that I had left my keys at home.
So you left the keys at home first. Then you opened your bag and discovered the problem.
Yes, the past perfect is perfect for that discovery moment. Something happened earlier, and now you understand it.
Let me try one more. I was nervous because I had studied the wrong chapter.
Oh no. So you studied the wrong chapter first, then you felt nervous when the test started.
Exactly. Regret, surprise, realization. The past perfect shows what caused the problem.
So anytime you say, I realized, I noticed, I discovered, ask yourself, did something happen before that moment?
If yes, that earlier action probably needs had plus V3.
All right, Lucas. What about reported speech? Does the past perfect appear there too?
Oh, yes, very often, especially when we report something someone said in the past.
Give us a simple example.
She said she had finished the project.
So let's think about the timeline. She finished the project first, then later she said it.
Exactly. The finishing happened before the speaking. That's why we use had finished.
Here's another one. He told me he had already eaten.
So he ate first, then he told you. Maybe you were about to cook dinner for him.
Yes, and thanks to the past perfect, we understand the order clearly.
So whether it's stories, regrets, or reported speech, the pattern is the same.
Two actions in the past, one happened earlier.
And the earlier action uses
Had plus V3. Always.
Mizu, I noticed something earlier. Sometimes we say a sentence like, she had already left, and that's it. There's no second action in the sentence. So is that still past perfect?
Yes, absolutely. And this is very important. Even if you only see one clause, the past perfect is still comparing two past moments. One of them is just not spoken.
Wait, so the second action is invisible?
Exactly. It's not written, but it's understood. The listener already knows it from the situation.
Okay, give us a clear example.
Imagine this. You arrive at your friend's house. You knock on the door. No answer. Then someone says, she had already left.
Ah, so the full idea in our head is she had already left before you arrived.
Yes, but we don't need to say before you arrived because everyone understands it.
That makes sense. The second past action is the moment of arrival, but it's obvious, so we don't repeat it.
Exactly. Let's try another one. I had just finished eating.
Finished eating before what?
Maybe before you called me, maybe before you came home, maybe before the meeting started. The context tells us.
So even when we don't see two actions in the sentence, they still exist in the timeline.
Yes, the past perfect always compares earlier past to later past. Sometimes the later past is simply understood.
Let me try one. The movie had already started.
Started before we arrived at the theater. We don't say it, but we know it.
Oh, I like this. So the rule hasn't changed. It's still about order.
Exactly. The structure doesn't change. The logic doesn't change. The second action is just hidden because it's clear from the situation.
So here's the simple takeaway. If you hear a sentence with had plus V3, ask yourself, earlier than what?
If you can answer that question, you understand the sentence, even if the second action isn't spoken.
That makes the past perfect feel much more natural, not mechanical.
Yes, it's not about counting clauses. It's about understanding time. And once you understand the timeline, everything becomes easier.
All right, Mizu. Here's a question many learners ask. Are there any signal words that usually appear with the past perfect?
Yes, there are some common ones. They can help you notice when the past perfect might be needed. But remember, they are helpers, not the main rule.
Okay, let's go through them one by one. What's the first one?
Before. This one is very common. For example, she had already eaten before I called.
So, which action happened first?
She ate first. That's why we say had eaten. Then I called later.
Nice. So, before often connects two past actions, and the earlier one can use past perfect.
Exactly. Now let's look at after. For example, after I had finished my homework, I went out.
So, finishing homework happened first, then you went out. Responsible decision. I like it.
Of course, always finish homework first.
What about when? That one feels a little tricky.
Yes, when can be tricky, but the logic is the same. When we arrived, the movie had started.
So, the movie started first, then we arrived. Again, too late. This keeps happening to us.
Apparently, we are always late.
What about already and just?
Those are very common too. She had already left. I had just finished eating.
So, already and just often show that something happened earlier than expected.
Exactly. Now here's a very strong signal phrase. By the time. Listen to this. By the time we got home, it had started raining.
That one is very clear. The rain started first, then we got home. Probably wet.
Yes. By the time almost always shows two past actions and one happened earlier.
So these words, before, after, when, already, just, and by the time, they can help you notice the past perfect.
But here's the most important thing. Signal words help, but the real key is the order of actions.
Exactly. Don't just look for a word like before and automatically use past perfect.
Instead, ask yourself one simple question. Which action happened first?
If you can answer that, you don't need to memorize long rules.
Just understand the timeline. That's the secret.
Okay, Mizu. Now I have an important question. If the past perfect is so useful, should we use it every time we talk about the past?
Great question. And the answer is no. We don't use it just because we can. We use it when it actually helps.
So when don't we need it?
When the order of events is already clear. For example, after I finished work, I went home.
That sounds perfectly natural. And we didn't use had finished. Why?
Because the word after already makes the order clear. First, you finished work, then you went home. No confusion.
So if I say, after I had finished work, I went home, is that wrong?
It's not wrong, it's just not necessary. It sounds a little heavier. And in everyday conversation, simple is better.
Got it. Give us one more example.
Sure. I ate dinner, and then I watched TV.
Very clear. First dinner, then TV. No need for past perfect.
Exactly. The word then already shows the order, so past simple is enough.
So here's the key idea. Don't use the past perfect just because you know it.
Use it when it helps make the timeline clearer. If the order is already obvious, keep it simple.
Clear English is better than complicated English.
Always.
All right, Mizu. Before we finish, can we give everyone one simple question to remember? Just one key question?
Yes, here it is. Ask yourself, did something happen before another past action?
If the answer is yes, then use had plus V3.
And if the answer is no, then just use the past simple. Keep it simple. No need to make it more complicated.
I like that. One clear question, one clear decision.
Exactly. Now let's summarize everything in a very simple way.
Past perfect means earlier past.
The structure is had plus V3.
We use it to show order between two past actions.
And remember, it's not always necessary. Only use it when it helps make the timeline clearer.
So here's the spirit of Go English.
You don't need complicated English.
You just need clear English.
And when your meaning is clear, your confidence grows.
All right, everyone. Now it's your turn. Are you ready to practice a little?
Here's your challenge. Think about a real situation in your life. Maybe something funny, something embarrassing, or something surprising.
For example, imagine this situation. You arrived at the airport, but the plane had already taken off.
Ouch, that hurts just thinking about it. So, the plane took off first, you arrived later. Perfect moment for the past perfect.
Now, we want you to create your own sentence. Think about your life.
Maybe you forgot something. Maybe you arrived too late. Maybe you realized something important.
Write one sentence in the comments using the past perfect. Just one clear sentence.
And before you write, pause for a second. Imagine the situation in your head. See the timeline. What happened first? What happened later?
When you can picture the timeline, the grammar becomes much easier.
Practice like this every day. Think in small stories. Use real life.
And step by step, your English will feel more natural.
Imagine it. Practice it. Write it. And fluency will come closer and closer to you. All right, everyone, let's wrap up. Remember, practice a little every day. Make English simple. Make English natural.
And if you enjoyed today's lesson, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's not just about supporting us.
Yes, when you do that, you give us motivation to create more helpful lessons just for you.
And even better, you help more learners discover these videos and practice English with you. Good karma everywhere.
That's right. Infinite good deeds for everyone.
So, stick around and learn with us in the next video at the end of this one. Your English journey continues.
See you in the next Go English lesson.